It's like a pizza crunch without the batter. It's like the wood juice without the water. You'll never get the knickers I've had. What the fucking chance? Premeditated batter. Premeditated batter.
Aye man, been looking into some fucking kind of funding and that. See, it's like there's tons of funding out there. It's just see typing down fucking application. You ever apply for funding for anything?
So I've been sent a lot of stuff like for last year to this year, but I see me in forms. Like I swear to God, like it takes me about 2 weeks to actually just try and sit down to read it. Do you know
just
what I mean?
to fucking look at the thing.
Like I can't do forms, so I've missed out on quite a lot. Like just due to the fact that I can't sit down and do the fucking form.
You don't get somebody to help you with it, no?
No, because I be a bit embarrassed maybe asking for some help, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's something that just looks so fucking simple to other people, you know what I mean?
It's mental, innit, man? It's mental. It's like, obviously you're skilled in writing lyrics, but writing out forms is a totally different thing. You can rhyme words, man, but it's piecing together. That's it. I'm sure everybody's like that. I tried to do I think it was a Creative Scotland Open for application. It was just like, right, that's me finished, and then it was like page 1 complete, and I'm like, what?
Oh shit.
There's more page 1 of 10. It's like, obviously they're giving you money, so it makes sense that they're going to be wanting bang for their buck.
Of course.
You know what I mean? They're not just going to fling it to you, but I don't know. I'm usually used to either asking for money and either getting it or getting knocked back. I'm not used to having to plead my case.
Of course.
But I suppose to get somewhere, that's the kind of thing you need to do, innit?
I think some of them are like under 30s. Or under 25s, like some of the
but
things.
there's like age brackets.
Like when I'm like fuck's sake, just want to make me feel fucking ancient. No?
It's fucking
like you can't even apply for that because it's fucking 18 to 25, you know what I mean?
It's sickening. I say it's sickening. It's sickening for us, but it's like, it's alright if you're young up and coming, but saying that, if you're fucking young, you're just starting that. How many people do you think that start something? Let's say you start, like, I want to start making music. Whose first thought is it to go, right, I need to get funding? That's no, the first thing you're going to say is, right, I need to just start writing music. I need to start making it. You know what I mean? You don't think about getting funding, but I suppose maybe I'm just as business minded as some of the youth is today. But
well.
If you get funding, mate, go offers, mate. I'll get you on the podcast. But how's things with yourself anyway?
Good, man, good. Just fucking keep myself busy writing.
You're heavy busy, man. I've noticed that. How many gigs have you got lined up so far?
I think I've got another 5 or 6 this year. But obviously, like, as I go into the months, that's when it's like the start of the month and then everybody fucking fires them at me, do you know what I'm saying? But I've knocked back like 2 for this month because I need a wee bit of time, like, just to tie up my album and shit like that, you know what I mean?
It's good gigging and that because it brings that energy, because I don't know about yourself, I can get quite tedious just constantly writing. I think you need to have a good balance of both. See, when like, so if I'm constantly writing tunes and making it, it's good, but see if you're not gigging it, man, I don't know, it's just
different, and it doesn't feel like
it's like training for the boxing match but never having the fight.
That's exactly
it is. So like, what's the point in it? But once you go to the gig, you actually, I read somewhere, it's, see, a live performance, that's the only time like everybody in the room is going to pay attention to your music. So it's like, one imagine you could release a tune on SoundCloud, YouTube, whatever, and some people maybe put it on and listen to that kind of stuff, but when you're at a gig, you're there. People's attention. Unless you're fucking god awful and you fucking, people are like that, fucking, they go and fuck off and that, but you obviously don't fit that category. But that's when you kind of realise, and it's like seeing it's actually you're getting live feedback. And it's maybe not in the terms of kind of words and that, it's like just fucking people's energy, constantly buzzing. You might have seen that when you played that Fringe gig. How did you feel after that?
I was buzzing for about 2 days after that. You
were one of the best of the night for sure. If not the best, you were one of them anyway.
There's not an I love me up, but then because I'm new to gigging, right, like last year and this year, this is the only times that I've been gigging. Obviously, most of last year we were in fucking lockdown and shit, and we were just starting to stage back out. So when it hit like September last year, that's really when I started fucking trying to get gigs again. So I forgot what I was fucking just saying now.
We'll talk about the Fringe gig and how obviously.
That's what it is. So the different audiences still sort of take me aback. Like, so try to sense the audience, try to sense, you know what I'm saying, like, are they going to vibe with me or no? Or are they going to... That still fucking takes me back. So sometimes it can be the wrong audience that you're in front of, you know what I mean?
Of course. As I say, it's like Scottish people that isn't for everybody yet. Some people are still a bit unsure about it. But even at that like, what I noticed as well, obviously the crowd that was there, it was like a wee fucking... It was on the side of a big building, so if you were there, you were meant to be there kind of thing at first. But what I noticed when you were playing as well, there was like fucking... And when Big 6-3 was playing as well, I was noticing people coming in for the streets. Obviously, you could hear the tunes pure booming.
Aye.
It wasn't... The sound system wasn't the greatest, obviously. That was nobody's fault. That's just what we had. But what I noticed is like people were just walking down off the street. What the fuck's that? It was like middle-aged women and all that, like fucking jumping down mad random guys. Cunts were loving it. I didn't see people coming down and turning their heels and running. But people were fucking loving it, man. And it was good. It was good to see.
I think it's because it's new as well to a lot of people. Like, Scottish hip hop, it's no something that people come across. Do you know what I'm saying? And it's no out there as much. It's still quite underground, I think. Like, but the people that are actually doing it, do you know what I mean? But more people need to know about it. I think like more people need supporters and.
Definitely. I feel as if it's got that 1 foot out there. You see, like before it was completely underground. Now it's got like 1 foot kind of going into mainstreamish, and whereas the other foot's still a bit underground. But there's a lot of people. See, I think before as well. I think most cunts had done it like in the past. I'm talking about 10 years ago. They were quite introverted and they were quite set in their ways, set and doing it like fucking keeping themselves. They didn't want like so many people knowing about it. Whereas everybody knew is like, because you've got YouTube, you've got social media, everybody's got that. You can actually get viral with one video, one song. So I think everybody goes in with that mindset. They want to get achieved, they want to blow up. So it's obviously I'm not saying that about everybody back in the day. Like, didn't they want to blow up? I think a lot more people were happy to keep it underground. They just they didn't have the materials to do what we do, I suppose. Exactly, man. We've got all the tools, which is a very good thing as well.
You know yourself, 10 years ago, there was internet, but did you have Facebook like fucking 10 years ago, 12 years ago?
I had fucking Fivo.
But you know what I'm saying? Like, it was only a certain calibre of people on the internet, you know what I mean? Like, not everybody was on it.
Had Facebook. I had Fivo, but it wasn't... You couldn't have done what you're doing on Facebook now. I wouldn't have uploaded fucking videos. I was just writing it and sending love to mad birds of fancy. That's what I done, mate.
Fucking people.
I know, man. I fucking miss a Bebo love, man. I think I fucking bad. Right, this is when I was in the jail, right? So this is when Bebo was kind of dying out. I phoned the lassie and asked her to change my Bebo password. Right. Long story short, it was my pal, but this lassie that had been gone, we had my password and I just didn't want to have my password. Right. And I phoned them and asked her to change it, and I made it something pure simple with Radox, right? Because I was in the jail and I had a Radox shower gel. So I'm like, I'll remember that in 3 years. But when I got out, the fucking password never worked. And I kept trying.
Did she steal your account?
No. I think one of the screws have been listening to the phone call and stole it.
And fucking actually stole it?
They must have. Because you can't spell. There's only so many ways you can spell Radox. There's one.
There's
Radox. So I tried it, but it's not happening. I was like, somebody's fucking done me, the bastards.
Dirty bastards.
So, man, I fucking... that was the end of my Bebo days. But so how did you end up getting into rapping in the first place at the start?
So in like 2015, I think I was introduced to Scottish rap, like with YB and Ansy.
I've not heard that. Ansy?
Is that so it's like Ansy, I think his name's something else.
I've heard of YB.
They're like the Sinister South Boys.
Right.
Do you know who I'm talking about?
I know who you're talking about.
So like, I heard their kitchen freestyle and I was like, what the fuck is this? Like, I've never heard this before. Because I think YB was still shit hot then is what he is right now. Like, like when he first came out, like he was still fucking shit hot. Like there was no climb for him, you know what I mean? He was just shit hot for the start. And that video went heavy viral. And I was like, man, like I think I could do that. But it took me about, I don't know, 2-3 years to like, I don't know, stop drugs, do all that shit, and then like getting on the straight and narrow, do you know what I mean? And then once I was on the straight and narrow, that's when I was like, right, let's get creative, let's get fucking... And then I think it was like a Joyner Lucas beat that I jumped on. I done like this wee freestyle, and then I put it on Instagram and every cunt went mad for it, and I was like, I think I'm onto something here. And then so I just kept going. I just kept making tracks. I mean, if you listen to them now, they were fucking terrible. They were absolute fucking shite, right? But it's got me where I'm all the day, you know what I mean? And then I got a message for India Rose, you know India Rose? Got a wee message. We messaged for India Rose, and she was like, I've got this woman that can probably help you like excel in like what you're trying to do. I think like you've got a talent, blah blah blah. And she was like, so I'll get this woman to give you a wee message. And I was like, right, cool. And then it was like homegrowns. It was her, right? So she hit me up with a message, told me that she wanted to do like an album and stuff like that with me, and she just sort of helped me like get my foot in the door to the Scottish scene, do you know what I mean? So that was how I started.
Nice. So see, when you said it was also 2015 when you first heard it, so you said it took a few years. Was it a few years before you started writing?
Aye, a few years before I started writing.
The seed was planted 2015, but life was still in the way a bit.
Life was still heavy in the way a bit. Aye.
So how was life then? Was it a bit chaotic?
Fucking aye, just a bit, man. Like just hanging about the wrong people. Ended up like that on drugs, just doing mad shit. You know what I'm saying? But it wasn't like. It wasn't meant. I didn't mean to become like dependent on anything or anything like that. It was a case of like any sunny fucking day, everybody was like, "Oh, get the bottles out, get the lines out, get this." Like, and that's what I would run about. So that's what I done. You know what I mean?
Sam, you named the
and then I was like,
addicted there.
Aye, and then I noticed. So I took myself out of the situation. I was like, I can't keep doing this. Like, we're getting too fucking old. I've not done anything with my life. I've not laid down any roots. I've no wains. I've got nothing to show. If I was to die right now, like, I've got fuck all to show for it. You know what I mean? So that was like 2017, 18. That's like it was like I had a sort of fucking epiphany or something, you know what I mean?
Aye.
Like I saw the light.
Was that a come down you had when you got to the side? That's usually what happens, man. But it's, see, as much as we fucking shite on come down, sometimes they can be the making years, man.
Aye, definitely,
and
man.
Moments when you're like, what the fuck
Aye, what am I doing? Aye.
And it's an eye opener, man. But
definitely.
At the time, and I suppose it's brutal, but if it was nice, you probably wouldn't fucking have acted on it. It has to be brutal for you to go, it's suffering, I suppose. That's where you grow. That's when you're planted and you blossom. It, man. So would you say, what point did you decide that rap was going to be the kind of focus?
I don't know. It just sort of happened, if that makes sense.
So it's one of the ones that kind of, rather, you didn't think about it too much, you just, like, consciously, it's kind of, that's just the road you found yourself on.
Yep.
As obviously
accidentally,
how accidentally did you just freestyle, as you said?
Honestly, I didn't think that I could do that. Right? See, my last album I dropped last year. Right, and it was Road Trip. That was recorded on a wee USB mic, right? That was this size, like, and I mean, like, it was like that size. It was a wee tiny rectangle, like, and you wouldn't think of it, right? But that's what I was working with. I was working with like the bare minimums, like when I started out. And obviously, I knew how to do like the software and stuff like that because I'd been to college I went to the Swamp and stuff like that, and they showed me everything when I was 16. They went to college, blah blah blah. So I already knew how to do that stuff. I just sort of left it and went on a shitey path, you know what I mean?
I suppose you had to. I noticed that. See, the rights of life you kind of need to go through. You see, I think everybody's got that in their system, especially in Scotland. It's fucking everywhere. Because see, if you don't date when you're younger, you date when you're older. So I see people now, it's like the shit I done when I was like in my early 20s to mid 20s, getting mad weight, doing mad weekend benders, fucking out Friday to the Sunday night. Cunts are doing it now, and I'm looking at them like, so, and these are people that weren't like big drinkers of that, and I'm like, so everybody must kind of, not everybody.
At some stage.
At some stage you kind of need to let your hair down, because I know it's like, you see boys like boxers or like people that play football that they're pure regimented, they're full like young life. And they don't drink, they don't get on it, they don't take nothing, but when they get older, they just go off the rails.
And they're mad alcoholics.
It's like as if you're, because I think in your head you think, I've missed it, and then I feel I missed it, well, I'm going to go and get mad with it. But I think once you get all that kind of madness out your system, that's when you can go, right, I've got a void, where getting mad with it was filling that void. It was helping me get through all that. It was my thing to look forward to at the end of the week. You know what I mean? It took away all my troubles. Now that's causing me my troubles. What do I focus on now? And I think that's when your life really begins.
Aye, definitely.
And as you said yourself, that's when you kind of found your feet onto that. So what was that, about 2018? So you've been doing a solid about 4 years?
Aye.
When was your first gig?
My first gig, like, I was Butters, and that was at the end of 2019. So I think that was like December 2019, and then we went into lockdown in the March.
Fuck, so was it your first and only gig of the lockdown?
Aye, and then we got lockdown, so I was like pure all ready to go, like when I came off my first gig, you know what I mean? And then we were all talking about coronavirus now, and then before you knew it, we were locked down and shit, so everything got pure put on hold. I done a couple of, what do you call them, like, live stream gigs, but they were fucking terrible.
You're pretty much just singing your phone.
There's just no vibing at all.
It's a different energy. See, so how long had you been making music until you done your gig? About a year, did you say?
Aye.
So what, had you been releasing it, or had you just been...
I had been releasing just tracks. I'd just been jumping on, like, if I heard a beat or whatever, or somebody sent me a beat, I would just jump on it and put it out, do you know what I mean?
See what you could do
just, but every song was just a fucking step up to the next one, do you know what I mean?
It was just
I noticed straight away.
Craft a bit.
I noticed that straight away, like, I was like, right, shit, I'm getting better at this, like, so... there's levels to this shit, you know what I mean? Like, I'm still nowhere near the level that I want to be at, but I noticed that straight away that there's levels to it. Like, I was growing. You know what I mean?
Of course. It's good to see the improvement. It means you're going in the right direction, especially if it's fast improvement. Then you're like, right, wait a minute, there's a theme here. Know what I mean? If I wasn't meant to do this, then I wouldn't be getting so good at it quickly. And it's always a good mindset to have. Like, you've still got a long way to go. I think that's the best way to keep it. See if you go, I've achieved everything, or it's like, this is the best I'll get, then you're not going to get better.
Exactly.
And you always want to get better. You always want to improve your craft. How did it feel doing your first gig?
I was fucking shite myself.
Really?
Aye, because like I've got mad anxiety, right? Like terrible fucking anxiety, right? Like I was agoraphobic for a couple of years, right?
Oh, I see.
Like fucking, and it was bad, right? My anxiety was like terrible. So to stand on a stage with like 40 or 50 eyes on you, or like you know what I mean? I felt like I did deer in headlights. I think somebody caught it on video, right? And I can't even watch the video of it because I'm like, what the fuck?
But is it so obvious?
It's just so obvious that I'm like, what the fuck am I doing here? Like, Donna tried to take me in, I think like a couple of days before it, just to do a bit of rehearsing,
aye.
And she got CCTV like to come with us. And like I couldn't even like talk into the mic. My first time ever rehearsing.
Your voice
like,
back?
I physically just couldn't go hello. Like I couldn't do that into the mic.
That's fucking madness. To
honestly,
like
so and CCTV started ratting, and I was like, what the fuck? Because they boys have got fucking serious talent.
I know, it's brilliant watching them. They're fucking some act as well. They're a hard act to follow. See, like I played on one of Donna's gigs in Time, and they came on after me, and I think they were meant to play before me, and I was like, thank fuck they went after me, man. That would have been so hard to follow. They two cunts,
they are fucking brilliant. I was mesmerised the first time, and obviously like I'd never been in a room with another rapper or anything like that before, because I didn't really know anybody in the scene, you know what I mean? I'm still fucking clueless, but I was sort of thingied a bit with CCTV. I sort of just blew away a bit with how they could chop it up between them and all. And you know yourself, like the bond they've got, you can see that when they're performing.
Aye.
They bounce off each other, like it's mental. But she brought them. We done rehearsing stuff. They sort of like brought me out my shell a wee bit. So I was sort of ready to go. But I'm still like a deer in headlights, man. That was nerve wracking.
So, see, obviously you felt like a deer in the headlights. Did that dissipate at all, like during the set, or was it one of the ones when you first saw the crowd you kind of froze in and go on with it, or was that all the way through your performance?
I think I done like 3 songs or something, and the full 3 songs, like I turned up with my brother, right? And the full 3 songs, I was just like looking at my brother, like I just couldn't take my eyes away from him, man. And he's just looking at me like, "Are you alright?" And I was like, "No." So no, I couldn't look at the crowd or anything like that. Like I couldn't take my eyes off him.
So how was the crowd's reaction to your tunes?
They loved it.
Oh, did they? Did that not give you confidence?
It sort of did it. But I was sort of like, what the hell? I didn't expect that reaction. Do you know what I mean? They loved it, and I was sort of surprised.
I suppose it's getting that first gig anxiety out the road, because it's where you're watching the crowd, but you're also fucking trying to remember your words. Like, I'm going to forget my words, shit. And it's like, and you're just, right, get through this fucking set. I
love to, like I'm in the studios, like, fucking, I don't know, twice a week or something, at least just rehearsing, do you know what I'm saying? Because the way my songs are and how fast they are, I need to be able to breathe, do you know what I'm saying? And I think lacking in breathing is just the biggest fucking no-no when it comes to, like, fast rapping. You need to nail that, because otherwise you're not going to get other bars out if you don't breathe right and, like, dissect the tune a wee bit and just sort of hang your breathing, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I noticed that, because see some tunes I go for singing to rapping, man, and it's like, see if I don't breathe at the right points, it's like I might get this line out, but see a few lines down, I'm going to be fucked.
It's like trying to get it out. It's just
it's nothing worse, man, because you know deep down you can do it. And it's like, as you're saying, it's like fucking go to the gym. It's just you need to keep the exercising.
So like I might breathe different on my recording track than what I do in my live track. Do you know what I'm saying? Because like you said, like when you're doing it live, you need more breathing, because you're not going to fucking get it out. You know what I mean? That's
strange. So, I noticed that doing it live. I try to cheat. I try to do. See, when I done the 12:50 gig, I was working all week and I was working late nights and that.
Right.
And see, times before I'd play a guitar gig and I'd get away with no rehearsing because I'm playing the guitar. In my head, I thought I was doing all right, but I never heard myself back. But the first time I was like doing a kind of rap kind of gig, I didn't rehearse, and fucking hell, I was like, I rehearsed with my speaker, right?
Right.
So with a speaker, just rehearsing rather than with a mic and an amp. totally different experience. I didn't realise till I was on the stage and I was like, fuck, you know, on the stage you're gaining a lot more lung power.
That's it, you've got to project a lot more.
Exactly, and plus you've caught the energy like, fucking
exactly, jumping about and stuff.
Whereas when you're in the house, in the kitchen, making your dinner with a speaker, you're a lot more melodic, you're a lot more chill. Exactly, man. So I get caught out on stage, man, and I was like, never again. That's how I've fucking been in the studio as much as I can. As much as I can. I'm not in as much as yourself, man, but if I've got a gig coming up, if I was gigging weekly, I'd be in weekly, know what I mean? It's just if I've got a gig coming up, I'll try and get in the week of that gig, I'll just whenever I've got time. But it's good to sharpen the tools.
Definitely.
So, because nothing worse, I never used to rehearse, and then I'd be like, fuck, I hope I don't go to this gig and fucking fuck this up and that, and then like that, just eliminate that anxiety and just go and fucking rehearse, mate.
That's it. That's fucking. I think I went on stage with Flows. I don't know if you know who that is.
I know the name. I know.
Just one of the boys. But we didn't rehearse. I think we rehearsed once, and then we went on stage. For me, like we hadn't rehearsed a lot. Like enough for me, do you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like, because I'd never shared the stage with anybody else before, and then we went on stage and I absolutely fucking fucked up, forgot all my lyrics, like fucking, and I was like, that's because like we didn't rehearse enough, do you know what I mean?
Nah, that's what it takes.
It's going to throw me off, you know what I mean, if it's not being fucking nailed.
Because that's exactly it, because see, sometimes when you hear, like, when you're rapping on an amp and you're actually hearing your voice back to you, it can throw you off, you're used to it. I've noticed that a few times, see, if I've been trying to write lyrics, like, I'm walking about with headphones on and I'm like, fucking making up words as I'm going. I'm not making up words. See, I've got it writ out and I'm just trying to mesmerise it. See, I can date with the headphones on when the tunes are pelting, but see if I take one headphone off and I can hear my voice back, I'm not as sharp, I'm not as good, because it's weird. Once I hear my voice back, I'm distracted. It's so strange. There's so many different dynamics and layers to actually just rap me a fucking tune.
Definitely, man. Especially, see, like, if you've been rehearsing and like the speakers are facing you, and then you go into the venue and the speakers are facing everyone else, and there's no like sub speaker facing you, and then you can't hear yourself, and you're like, what the fuck? So you end up projecting even more and sounding like a fucking
it sounds as if you're a
screamo rapper or something.
It seems to be every fucking gig, man. I'm like, I'm actually shouting kids like, can you just hear what a word I'm saying? They're like, and I'm like,
and you just need like a wee tiny speaker, like just facing us, just so that we can hear, like,
I always wondered what these speakers what. See, when I used to watch gigs, like, and I'd be like, see, watching cunts do a gig, and I'm like, how can you not fucking hear this now? Like, I can hear every word he's saying. Like, I want it to be quiet and down, he's shouting. But when you're up there, it's like you're just deafened.
I've got people in the crowd that, like, we've got like this wee thing, and like they'll do that and they'll stick their finger up to me, like, if it sounds good, because obviously I can't hear fuck all, and I get sort of paranoid, you know what I'm saying, in case like I'm not projecting loud enough, so they just thumbs up me, and I'm like, right, cool.
It's good having a wee plan like that. I'll need to start saying that. I might just start saying that. Listen, if you can hear me, fucking give a thumbs up. I don't want to say that, then if they don't give a thumbs up, they forget or something. I'm like, they must be sounding shit. But I see, obviously, every gig I've been to, you bring your ma with you. She's quite a big supporter of yours.
She fucking loves it, man.
Does she at every gig you go to?
Every gig. That she can, every gig that she can go to, she loves it. But she also loves all the other boys I know. Like, she's just fucking, like, that is something different to her, so it's... And she just, all the boys love her. You've seen it, like, she fucking kicks her out, and every boy just fucking absolutely loves her and knows who she is. Do you know what I mean? She's like, I'm getting put on the, like, don't worry, I'll put your man on the guest list. I'm like, yes.
Well, she's sorted, sitting doing the tickets, isn't it?
She's like my biggest fan. A lot of people are like that. Like, I'd be pure embarrassed.
Embarrassed? You'd be embarrassed if you were shy.
Like, why would I be embarrassed that my ma fucking loves the shit that I do? Like, that's fucking madness, do you know what I mean?
You've got a fan in the room, it's like having your number one fan.
Exactly. Like, so no, I fucking love it.
Has she ever been into rap before?
She's a lot of, like, my music inspiration comes from her, so she's like sort of like a bit of everything.
Right.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like, she's a wee bit of everything, and she always has been, so she's not just like a fucking pop fan or a rap fan. Do you know what I mean? She's got a big sort of range of music. You know what
so that's probably why she's took to obviously the kind of Scottish rap side of things, because obviously she's got quite a diverse...
See, your fucking singing stuff, like, she's absolutely in love with it.
Oh, does she? But singing stuff? My parodies of it, or...?
Anything.
Just anything
that comes out your mouth, she's like,
oh, really?
God's sake.
Does she follow me?
She does follow you.
What's her name?
Fucking everybody.
I didn't want to say it. Tell me after.
I'll tell you later.
Just in case she's commented, because
you've no really sort of thing.
I'm sure she'll be alright. I usually just in case. I've kind of stemmed up. I'm not going to say.
If I've not seen a video, she's like, oh, have you seen Fivo's video? And I'm like, no. And she's like, you've missed this. And I'm really like,
fucking conscientious, make sure I don't swear. I keep my P's and Q's. Know what I mean?
She loves your Scottish accent, but in the way that you sing and stuff, she thinks it's fucking that you've cracked something. which I fucking agree with, right? Because I've heard a lot of Scottish singers in my time, right? But they're cringy as fuck. Like, a lot of them don't pass it off, but I think you've you've nailed it. Like, do you understand what I'm saying? Like, you've actually fucking cleverly done that. It's like Jerry Cinnamon, isn't it? He's cleverly done his Scottish thing with his singing, do you know what I'm saying?
Cheers. I think I managed to blend my accent well with my singing.
That's it,
I know what it was. It was Las Vegas. I heard Las Vegas much later than I should have. And because I used to sing tunes in... well, it was Go Square Go, I heard.
Right.
So Go Square Go. And it's like pure down here we fucking go. And this is an indie band, and I'm like, this is fucking amazing. And I'm like, alright, so you can actually sing about Scottish things. Because I used to sing in an American accent.
Oh, did you?
When I first started writing tunes, and I would write tunes like just look at the ones that I'd heard, know what I mean? And it's bad that a sly cunts that's singing it, rapping in an English accent, because they're doing the exact same thing, but fuck it, I didn't release it. So, it was like, that's when I realised, I was like, oh wait, so I can actually sing about Scottish shit and make it sound compelling. And ever since then, that's all I've done.
Just fucking
and I feel I can kind of, because it's like, I loved like the Stone Roses and Little Oasis and that, and see like Liam Gallagher and Ian Brown that'd sing, they'd keep their Manchester twang. Even when you hear H, know what I mean? The way he talks, his accent makes up a big part of his like, identity in his music. And that's what I hope to do. And I hope that it makes people feel proud that they can actually do shit in their own accent. That's what my kind of goal, you know what I mean?
Because there'll be younger people that are listening to you that are like, what the fuck, I didn't know you could do that. Like, same way that we all watched like Tuna Fat and Still Game as Wayne's, right? We were like, that fuck's sake, the Scottish people on the telly. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, that was fucking mesmerising to us. That's the way they're going to look at you, do you know what I'm saying? They're going to be like, that's fucking possible.
Hopefully you're fucking me pricks, man. It's better like my music.
They will, they'll love it.
But obviously you've got your album coming out. When's the release date?
The release date is the 18th of November it is.
18th of November?
Aye.
That's not what, 2 months?
Aye. Fucking shite myself. It should have been a lot longer, but see that way I've been like doubting myself, putting it back, like, oh no, there's no enough songs on this, or there's no enough this in this, or whatever, so I just keep putting it fucking back. But I'm like, no, right, shit, November. It's only fucking 1 more month for the fucking year, you know what I mean? You need to get it out.
Before you know it'll be a Christmas release.
Aye. But like that, I want to, I don't think I'll get anywhere with the Sam Award this year, right? Because obviously, have you seen the fucking list of that?
No, I've not seen it.
You never...
I don't know look into it, man. What's the list like?
It's a heavy talented list. Like, I'm like, oh fuck, right, just need to fucking hang you that for next year. Is it all rap
musicians or is it all different types?
No, it's a wide range of fucking music, you know what I mean?
Oh, I see.
Aye.
So what does you need to enter it? What's the kind of...
You need an album released by, like, during a certain time.
Right.
So that's why I want my album out in November, right? Because I think if I leave it any fucking later, I don't want to, like, hang you with the deadlines or anything like that, do you know what I mean, for next year. But this year I've just sort of been like, right, okay, well at least I get through, but there's no way I'm going to fucking get that.
At least it gets your name in the hat, innit, man? Because surely somebody somewhere will see your name and be like, right, and then if you pop up again, then it's like, I liked because what she done, because you don't necessarily need to win it for you and somebody in order to enjoy your music.
Of course.
Because they might not fucking win it.
I've seen fucking Stegs, he won it 2019, I think, and it's an actual fucking plaque. Like, it's an actual fucking... I was like, man, I want my name.
Aye, definitely. I had that in the collection.
Aye.
So many tunes you got in the album then?
8. I think there's 8 or 9 tunes on the album.
Is there any features?
Aye, there is, there is AJ47, got YB, got Flows, and EA.
Yeah. Aye, yeah, Eddie. Eddie, I always get caught out with his name. See, he writes it EI, it's like, I always fucking... See, cunts write their names, man. I fucking...
It's bad, isn't it? Try to keep up with the one.
Aye, because I say it and then it's like, fucking... I've got to cheat to talk. Cunts keep thinking my name's Fivo.
Fivo?
Aye, Fivo. Like, fuck off with Fivo. What the fuck do you get Fivo for? And then I look at it like, shit, that does look like Fivo.
What is it? What's that fucking kids... There's a kid's character and he's like Fivo goes west, like that.
Don't tell me there's an
See when I read that, that's what it reminds me. I'm like the Fivo goes west sort of thing.
Oh, what? Fivo?
It's like the wee mouse. Have you never seen it? No, it's like the wee mouse guy. And his name's Fivo.
My name is pure out. Apart from that Polish program, but I was like, right, there's nobody called Hawaii Fivo, and like a Polish program doesn't count because that's not a person.
Aye.
But no, I've just found it was a mouse called Fivo. It used to be Hawaii Fivo, and they're fucking bastards, man.
How did you come up with your name?
So my
Have you had
nickname's
it for a
50.
Have you had it like a long time? Aye.
But my nickname, 50. I've been called 50 if I was like 12.
Have you?
Aye, so I told a story about a million times. I was banned at a lass in school and I told her hung about every scheme in Glasgow. Don't ask me why, I just done things like that. And she called me 50 schemes. And a passing comment, it was literally a passing comment. She was past me in the science corridor and went, alright, 50 schemes, who you fight for the night? She passed by, I thought nothing of it. Some dickhead heard it and then every
Before
time
you
just
know
started
it.
repeating it, then calling me it.
Fuck's sake.
I fucking hated it because it was a name you were getting 50 schemes. I was like, shut up. And then I just started ignoring cunts until somebody called me Jordan. I wouldn't answer them.
Right.
But people were thinking that was my name because every cunt was calling me, so it was just catching on.
The 50.
Then I get my report card back for second year. It was second year this happened, and I'd been late 50 times. And I'm like, God's get it in for me. But then a story came out. Basically, and when I was in P7, I was in a dinner queue and I was with his lasses. Always birds that's fucking involved in these things. But I had a 50 pence I was like, I can make this disappear. And I might throw it under my tongue like that. But I ended up throwing it and tapped my tongue. I lifted my tongue by accident and
get
choked in
yourself
it.
a fuck.
So the head teacher ran there and started whacking us in the back. I've waited all air on
Oh
that.
my God.
So that story's resurfaced. that story died. I'd even forgot about that story. And somebody's like, wait a minute, do you know what 50 pence in primary? I know that. 50.
Fucking hell.
It took me about 3 years after getting called it before I went, my nickname's 50.
Aye,
But
too right,
so
man. It's fucking set in stone.
it was 50, but it was one of the ones I was like, I don't want this name. But obviously when I started making music, I was like, I kind of need a name. Jordan Robertson, that's my government name, as they say. I was like, it's not going to get a ring to it. Then I done a gig, somebody wrote Jordan 50 Robertson. I was like, that sounds like I'm fucking on Crime Watch. But I was lying in bed, I was in the jail, right, and I was like, I need a fucking name, man. And I was like, Fivo. Because I like people used to call us Fivo, big Fivo.
Right.
But I wrote Fivo, but write it like a word like Fivo. I'm like, Fivo. No cunts call me Fivo. But then I was like, a screw used to call us Hawaii Fivo when I was in Pullman. And I thought, I like Hawaii.
Aye.
I like that better because I don't know why I like it.
Different, isn't it?
I've been called Miami Fivo or some cunt. Fucking,
Miami
mate,
Fivo.
cheers. But Hawaii, and I was like, it was just going to be 50. Then I had my Instagram name was like 50 Boy Jordan, and obviously I'd started doing the 50 thing. Somebody's like, well, your Facebook page is 50, but you've got 50 Boy Jordan, you need to change that. So I couldn't, 50 was taken on Instagram. I was like, what can I do? I was like, Hawaii 50. Hawaii 50. So that's where Hawaii 50 came from.
Was Hawaii 50 like recently, or was that like fucking years ago? Like you came up with Hawaii 50?
Just when I started relationships, so about 2 years ago. I remember I was doing it. I was sitting. This is another thing. I was in my palace, was watching the UFC when I had the idea, and seeing I go Hawaii 50. I was like, Hawaii 50, and he's like, you know that's not even a good idea, didn't you? And I was like, no, mate, I'm in serious. I think he thought I'd said it, and then I'd thought, no, that's a shiter.
Right,
but I thought it was a belter, and he must have thought that's a shiter. I was going to say, look who's laughing now. I don't know, I may be getting laughed at. I like Hawaii 50 because it's Hawaii 50. And I know why. So cunts could stop calling me Fivo. Because they're not going to say Hawaii Fivo because then you're the fucking idiot.
Aye,
exactly. You know what I mean?
Aye.
So it's Hawaii 50. So that's,
right, man.
and I like it. See, when I'm in rapturings, I can go Hawaii 50. It fits better.
Aye.
I like to be one of the cunts. So aye, that's where the name comes from.
Brilliant.
What about Sweet Rogue? Where'd that come from?
Oh, fuck. I used to remember when Instagram and all that first came out, like when it first started, and like everybody was getting like mad usernames and stuff like that. So like I was always called like Rogue. Like I always thought of myself as a rogue, right? Like that's been a thought the whole time, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I then what do you call it? What's that fucking show? Jersey Shore.
Aye.
Jersey Shore was out around about the same time, and they had mad nicknames, right? And it was like the sweetest bitch and this and that, right?
Aye.
So I was like, with the sweetest bitch, and I was like, sweet, right? Just honestly, right, just off the top of my head, and then I sort of hanged it with Rogue, like, because I called myself like a reg rogue. I've always had like red hair, right? And then I put together the sweet rogue thing, and I was sweet rogue before I was rapping. Like I was sweet rogue years before I was rapping. Like,
so was that just your nickname?
Aye, like, that's what I mean. It was never like a artist. It was never on like an artist point that I created.
How long
Sweet
before
Rogue.
you started making music were you Sweet Rogue?
2013 or 2012.
So a fair bit of time.
Aye.
Right, so was that, would people call you that?
Aye, like I've just always had like this alter ego, like if that makes sense.
Aye.
Like I've got like a couple of personalities, you know.
Oh, I see, that's just one of them.
Aye,
Right.
so she's just one of them. She was a lot more wild back in the day, don't get me wrong. But
Aye, she's a lot more sweet now.
Aye,
She's a lot more rolled back in the day.
That's fucking it, aye. I'm a good lassie now, but aye. Aye, so the name came up before I was even ratting, and then when I started ratting, it just fitted. Like I was just like, that's just sorry there. So
definitely, I would probably shock some people because definitely me, because it does definitely sound like a rap name.
Aye, it's different, isn't it? Like you've not really got anybody else.
See, I think it's just because at the circles I come through, you don't pick your nickname.
Aye.
Like 50, I don't pick my nickname. Some companies just
Aye,
slaughter us one day and it's stuck.
Aye.
Which is the story for like 90% of nicknames.
Uh-huh.
If I could, see, to be honest, think fuck, I pick my nickname. I was a piping Wayne. I'd have picked something pure stupid. Saying that, see, before I got 50, I get called Brains. Because I had a white face and couldn't say I looked like a zombie.
I get called Smiler because I never fucking smiled.
Oh, really? Aye, oh, fuck.
Alright, Smiler.
A smiler, you happy today, smiling a day. Fuck off. Is that why people get called Smiler? I've heard a few kids get called Smiler. I thought it was just because you're a mad cheerful cunt.
No,
like, a miserable bastard.
Aye, I got called it because I was a miserable as fuck Wayne. Like, I think I was like 9 or something the first time I got called it. Like, alright, Smiler. Just fucking some mad random.
Fuck's sake, and it just stuck. Smiler, I suppose. Sweet dog. I would have fucking went, right, I better get a nickname sorted before I get caught this the rest of my life.
I have got a bit of a resting bitch face, I'm not going to lie. Like, I was in that fucking, the battles, see the rap battles, I was like, a couple of weeks ago, and I performed on stage, right? When I come off stage, this boy came up to me and he's like, to me, like, are you alright? Like, you pure look like you're about to bust a greeting. I'm like, what? Like, and he's like, I pure know what it's like to be in a room full of people that hate you and like talking all this, right? And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? And I'm looking about, right? And I'm like taking everybody in because I'm like, fuck's sake, all these people must hate me. It's fucking new to me, mate. You know what I mean? And then he spent like an hour with me and he was like, Morgan, I think I've just got a resting bitch face. I think that was my bad.
Fuck's sake, man.
I was like, what the actual fuck? I know.
Say it, mate. Do you take that back in? What the fuck?
I was like, what the fuck, man? But I must just be my face.
Unless he must have realised he was wrong and then rather admit his mistake, he's trying to make you feel like scunnered. So he's like, oh, I was right. I seen it before anybody else.
I was like, man, I did. I took everybody in because I was like, what, did these people fucking hate me?
It's fucking weird, isn't it? How was the battles? Were you just performing, doing your own stuff? I mean, AJ just, I think we got added to the lineup because a couple of battles got cancelled. Aye,
so they just sort of put me and AJ on. So just a couple of songs each from me and AJ, but the battles were fucking shit hot. Like, I think that's only my second battle I've been to, but they're quite fucking, it can be quite, some mad guy called Rapture, right? Never heard of him or anything. But he's like that about fucking fuck you Scottish cunts and that, right? And I'm in the crowd like, fucking getting pure, like he's getting my back up. He's also doing his job, right? But he's getting my back up a bit. And I was like, I need to step away for a bit because I'm about to start punching cunts. Like, and I was looking at anybody else to see if anybody else was like reacting the same, and I don't think they was. So I was like, I think it's just me.
I think it's the battle crowd, but
they just know.
Just be because obviously, I don't like, as you say, it was like your second one you went to. These cunts are that's probably fucking lukewarm compared to some of the shit I've heard. Big Melody he was telling us about something that fucking I couldn't say he was going to kill somebody's he said he was going to kill somebody's Wayne or some shit like that.
Right.
They say some mad fucked up shit, but it must be one of the things like you go in, it's like you sign like an invisible agreement that what's getting said can and won't be used against you or won't be used against you, you know what I mean, but you're going to get fucking pounded. But
I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. I'm too emotional for that shit. Like.
It's one thing, it's like I would be alright somebody slaughtering us if I won.
Right.
See somebody slaughtered me and I took the second prize, I'd whack, man, like that. I'm not losing this gun.
You can't help yourself. I think there's just some people that are built for it and some people that aren't. I'd love to see you in a rap battle, but I think that'd be fucking cool.
A few cunts have said that to me. I don't know, maybe might try it, man. Might try it. It's because I think you can fucking do a bit of digging, but I'll see. It's just I'm vicious.
Aye.
And I don't know, I'm going down this, I'm pure caught between, see, years ago I used to pure slaughter cunts, but I never done it out of badness, out of malice.
Just banter or something.
Just because that's the way I communicated with cunts, is you know what I mean, so I was having a bit of banter with somebody, meant I liked them, but they never really took it that way because I was slaughtering them.
Aye.
So I seen it as like a game, so as if like, who could get the one up.
Are you for the south side?
Aye.
Like, the people on the south side are off our bants and slagging you and like, do you know what I'm saying? Like, but banter wise, do you know what I mean? You move to the other fucking sides of the city and it's not the same. Like,
I had a lot more fucking tans in my cooting, bro. Definitely, but but I don't know. I went through a pure period like, no, I need to stop. I was like, a priest or something like that. I can't keep slaughtering people. I feel like a bit of a slaughterholic, right? It sounds stupid, right? I used to get a buzz off slagging cunts, but then I kind of try to move away from it. I try to kind of grow at it, but sometimes I feel myself getting pulled back in. I'm just, I get an urge to slaughter some cunt. It's like I feel like a serial killer. A serial slaughterer, aye. And now I feel like I'm starting to lose my ways. I feel like an old wolf. But I don't know if this is... Well, I know what I feel like. I feel like Floyd Mayweather. Right? You know, he's retired, but he keeps doing these stupid... I keep just slaughtering fucking steamers just to kind of get my ego fucking back, man. But I don't know if I'd really get back into where all the young lions are there to heavy sharp and all that, and I don't know if I'll get mauled. Maybe I'll do it, I don't know.
You should do it for a laugh, man, or like a fucking charity event or something. Do something like that.
Aye.
Date in an actual fucking wrestling ring or something, that I mean. Date for fucking charity.
Well, I done, it wasn't rap battles, it was different for rap battles. I done a thing called Your Dad's a Liability competition. Right. So you ever heard of that, Your Dad's a Liability page?
I think I'm on the Facebook.
Aye, so basically it was just trying your dad jokes. So basically it was a competition. You'd go up and you get paired up with this. It was a comedian thing. Right. It wasn't rap. And basically you had to say your dad jokes to each other. And the audience would fucking vote whoever won. Right. I went up against this French cunt and fucking ruined them. The first cunt. Because I turned up, it was me and Ravy. Turned up and fucking... We thought, this will be a laugh, this will be full of mad steamers. We turned up and it was like comedians and that, up and coming comedians that had sat and prepared their jokes and all that shit. We just turned up with a joint between us, man. Like, fuck.
Being off as you go along.
So we had to make it up whilst we were waiting to get our shout. So I done alright. Ravy Ravy's he didn't do as well. But
who's Ravy Davey?
Yeah, Ravy Davey, aye. So, but see, to be honest, the guy he paired up against Tarry and Boyd, he won it. Right. So fair play, you know what I mean? He was up against a talent. Shout out Tarry and Ravy. But I get paired up with this mad French cunt, man. Right. And
was he like speaking French?
Had a French accent. Right. But it was French, but he was talking English, but he did a very French accent. Right, he was like, your dad is the hunchback of Notre Dame. You know? Shite primary school. That's what you realise. I'm like, you cunts have never slaughtered end in your life.
Oh, man.
I was getting vicious. I fucking... you and your dad, your dad took your granddon to Judge Rinder to try and claim back his virginity. That shit I was hitting him with beastie part and all that. Know what I mean? All that, and the crowd were pure howling because it was just unexpected. I think because I cut all the jokes I thought were a bit lacklustre. But I put him out. Then when it went into the second run, I get teamed up against this comedian called Lady Shona. Shout out Lady Shona. Right. But it went to my head because they were all pure cheering me like, oh, he's fucking brilliant. And it went to my head a bit. So I just fucking started... I said something about her dad and her sexual relationship, right? It was a bit fucked up. And I just went in for the jugular too much, and then I just didn't... Then I fumbled one. I was stoned, right? And what I was trying to say was... Basically, your dad's so bigoted, he once ripped all the legs off all your Barbie dolls, then sellotaped them to all the tangerines in the house, and said that's the closest thing you'll get to the orange walk. But I fucked it up. And when I said orange, I didn't say orange walk. That's me saying it clearly how I should have said it. I didn't say orange walk, I said orange walk. Because I was stoned, and then and I heard kind of like, well, and all that. I was like, fuck. Fucked it, man. Aye, but I was rubbing my hands. That was a belter. But aye, so I did enjoy slaughtering some cunt in front of a crowd. So I'd like to do it. I might do it. We'll see. See, now some cunts have said you'll be good at it. I feel like that's a challenge.
You will be.
But I'll see. You know if I think about doing it now, or do you take it too personal?
Aye, I think so. I think
you end up going too rogue. Was there any lassies there?
No.
Is there no? Is there females that compete?
I think when I was in Big Melody's podcast, he was saying that there was lassies. I don't know if he said if there was any Scottish lassies, because I think he was doing England, like we were talking about the event doing England. But he said that there was lassies doing it down there.
So I don't know if there's any heavy probably see compared to like the guys doing it. The lassies, they probably fit a very small margin, because it's like even you look at the. Seeing the Scottish rap scene, no battle, just rap. Like the hip hop scene, there's no that many females compared to guys. There's no that many people doing it at all. But if you're looking at the people coming out, like I'd say for every 10 guys, there's one lassie that's coming out.
I think there's only really 4 or 5 is.
Because there's yourself. Obviously, you've got India Rose, you've got Empress,
India Rose.
You've got I'm gonna get butchered if I forget Indy. But after tap with the heat, see it just shows you
and stuff like that. There is only a couple. I think that's how. I don't mean to say that, but like it's easy to become the best female Scottish rapper. Like, does that make sense? Like, because there's
totally
no
understand.
much competition, and know that any of the other lasses right now are shite, because I know they're all smashing it. It's just there's no 30 fucking different lasses to go up against. You know what I'm saying? I wish there was, but that's just not the fucking case. You know what I mean? So it's a wee bit of an easy title to take right now.
Mm-hmm. But it's not a case I'd probably say you're one of the best, if not the best, right now. And that's not as if just because, there's only a fucking few years, you're better than a lot of the guys.
Aye.
Like,
but a lot of them hate me for it. Like, they do. Like, a lot.
Females or the guys?
The guys.
Really?
Aye. Like that. There is only 4 or 5 fucking females, but see the hatred towards the men, like, for the men after me, like, it's fucking unreal.
But
You've got guys like you, right, that are all pure sound, but I don't know, there's only like 5 or 6 of you, do you know what I'm saying? And the rest of them
are many?
like, like, see at my gigs and stuff like that, right, cunts are like right, now on stage performing, right, and I can see these cunts like that, and I'm like, what have I done to make you feel like that? Because I've never like argued with anybody in the scene, I've never done any cunt wrong, I've never misspoke about anybody, like, for you to hate me, do you know what I'm saying? So a few of the boys were like that, like, they hate you because you're good. They hate you because they can't rap like you, like, and you've just turned up.
Complex.
And you've just turned up and fucking, and you're shit hot, do you know what I mean?
Noticed that as a shitload of jealousy for cunts, and it's a pure shite cunts. It's like, I was talking to somebody about this, so somebody hit the nail on the head, see what a lot of cunts have got the problem with, and that's why I think this scene will struggle to move on as quickly as it should.
Aye.
It's too many people suffer for the Che Guevara effect. They want to be the revolutionary. They want to be the one that people go, that's him that changed the scene, that's him that boosted it. But there's no one individual that could do that. It needs to be a collective thing.
Of course.
But too many cunts don't realise that. So, see, obviously being a female, do you think you've kind of faced a lot more struggles, obviously trying to make your mark in the scene?
Aye, definitely, man. I feel like other rappers as well as promoters and gig people and stuff like that, they're trying to slow me down, they're trying to hinder me, they're trying to turn their back on me, right? Because these things are all dead cliquey. Like,
you're right about that.
Right? And if you're not in that clique, right? I'm somebody that walks about by myself, right? Like I'm just me, right? And I like to be in my own zone, I like my own time, I like my own sort of thought process or whatever, right? I'm weird as fuck, so I've got different ways of coping with different things, do you know what I'm saying? So like at a gig, I'm not really wanting to talk to anybody because I'm too busy in my head making sure that I'm ready, making sure that I've got all my lyrics, making sure, do you understand what I mean? So it's quite hard for me to like talk to people beforehand, do you know what I'm saying?
You need to be on the ball.
So sometimes I think people get the wrong impression that I'm fucking, I don't know, like I can't, or that I'm not talking to them on purpose or whatever, you know what I mean? What were we talking about?
We're talking about obviously the struggles you face being like a female Scottish rapper and that kind of stuff, and you're saying it's quite cliquey and that kind of stuff, and you also do your own thing. But I noticed that as well. It's very cliquey, man, and it's like fair play. People like to stick to their own groups and that kind of thing, but you feel as if you're not part of the group, then you're kind of shunted away and they can't takes the day away. And I've noticed it's like fucking cunts expect you to do shit for them to win the day for yourself. I share cunt shit and that, and for all it is, it's sharing, it's no much, but it can go a long way. I've got an alright wee following, so I'm not helping cunts and I'm not wanting a fucking medal for it. It's just what you do, but then you ask cunts to do it for yourself and they patch you and you're like, why?
Exactly.
Why? And I think it's a lot of cunts, I don't know, they've came from mad upbringings where I think this is the closest thing they've got to any form of attention.
Aye.
So when that wee fucking smidgen of attention seems like somebody else might be, and it's not as if somebody's taking the light away from them.
Aye.
It's just that somebody else is getting it, like they can't handle it.
Aye, it's fucking mad, isn't it? Like I was watching your podcast on Sunday with Melrose, and like I didn't realise that anybody else in this scene felt like that. By the way, like they weren't getting gigs, like because like all year I wasn't getting any gigs, right? And I was like, like I've seen this name and that name and this name and that, and I'm like, what the fuck? Why am I not getting hot up for gigs, right? And then when I listened to Melrose, and somebody like Melrose has had a name for a lot longer than fucking me, do you know what I'm saying? And he's not getting gigs either, so he's feeling the exact same way as what I'm feeling. And I had no idea. I thought it was just me. I thought cunts were just doing that towards me. Do you know what I'm saying? And they're obviously fucking just picking and choosing who they want to excel and who they don't, you know what I'm saying?
Aye, definitely.
Which is shite, because I know I'm no shite. I know I'm good, so I deserve the fucking support behind me, do you know what I'm saying? Like, I know, see if I was shite, I'd be like, oh fuck it, you know what I mean?
Aye.
I know I'm no, so
I definitely know, you're definitely no shite. That's the thing, that's the worst thing about it, because you see a lot of lineups and it's male dominated. It's like why you hardly ever see like many females on it, and you do get obviously your homegrown gigs, you know, it's the kind of usual ones you expect. There's like a wee bit of balance in the books, and fair dues, as you say, there's no that many female artists in order to totally balance it out.
Yeah,
but
of course.
you think it's like, as you say, you wouldn't say no to a gig unless you couldn't do it.
Aye.
Like, no, I mean, you'd fucking attend the opening of a fridge if you could not.
Aye, I would. Aye. But last year I get told that there was only one available spot for a female. I would get it, but there wasn't any spots for any other lassie. And I'm like, ah. So who's on the lineup? And he's rhyming off like 8 different guys to one female. Like, why is it only one female on the? Why is there limited female acts and no limited men acts?
Nah, I don't get that.
Do you know what I'm saying? So you're like, to yourself, like, how the fuck can females excel when you've got arseholes like that are trying to limit the females on the lineups? Like, do you know what I mean?
When
It's
the females
weird.
are better than some of the guys.
Exactly, it's fucking weird, man.
So
But
was that one incident that happened, or just you heard that more than once? Where they've said there's only one
I've
spot?
heard it more than once.
So you've heard it more than once, there's only one female
it's
spot?
quite scary. The year that I've heard that, I'm like to myself, like, that doesn't make any sense.
How fucking backwards is that?
Aye, it is. It's fucking weird, man. But aye, it's quite hard being a female, like, in this shit. You know?
So what do you feel with, see, in terms of obviously, like, do you feel like certain producers and that when they work with you as well? Has that ever been an issue, or is it just the kind of promoters and obviously certain
Aye, promoters, gig people and all the rappers know it and to do with like producers and stuff, because like I still get fucking tons of beats sent here, you know yourself, like they're all free, they're all this, they're all that, there's like benefits to that, do you know what I'm saying?
Aye.
But no producers are it, and just
Like, you see that,
genuinely
you find with producers, they're just wanting somebody, like they're creating a beat and they want whoever can do it justice and that kind of stuff. So
Aye.
a lot I see like male, female, clique, no clique. I'm saying for the majority of them, man, it kind of it translates to something bigger than that, because they just want to make good music. What you'll find when I'd say 90% of producers, they just want to make good music.
Of course.
So it doesn't matter who the fuck the cunt is, unless there's some kind of beef between some cunt like that's already standing. Know what I mean? That they're not going to shy away from somebody that can actually do their music justice and actually work and get life and that kind of stuff. So see, obviously you've been doing it a number of years. Do you feel as if you're starting to get respected as a female artist, like by certain people?
I
that
definitely
you're no respect you feel you deserve?
I definitely knew there's a lot more people supporting me now than what there was ever before. Do you know what I'm saying? But like a couple of months ago, I did my first gig in Edinburgh, and I seen the complete different change, like to when I was gigging in Glasgow to when I was gigging in Edinburgh, and I'm like, what the fucking bus? Like, why is there such a change here? Why are these
So do you mean
boys?
like positive?
Aye, like
positive
like,
change.
A complete flip, right, to what I was experiencing to the gigs that I was doing, right? And when I went to Edinburgh, like the boys in Edinburgh, everything, like they just pure welcoming, lovely, like just no jealous, like there was no jealousy felt, do you know what I'm saying? Like just the vibes were fucking mad. And then I wrote this post down, I called it basically every cunt. But I didn't mean for me to sound like, oh, you're only supporting me, and I was like moaning about it. That's not what I was saying. When I've been to gigs here in Glasgow, right, people bring their friends, right, and when they go up on stage, other artists go up on stage, their pals are sitting either at the bar, they're out smoking, they're no like at the front of them, like fucking bigging up their pals. So it wasn't just happening to me, it was happening, I was seeing it happening to other artists, do you know what I'm saying? Bringing all these fucking people for support, and then none of them are supporting. They're just up there while everybody's talking over the fucking set and shit, you know what I mean? And that's
interested. They're
that's
just
their
to fill the room.
pals, aye. So I sort of could call people out in it, and I thought like, fuck, these cunts are going to turn their back on me. But the amount of messages that I got, they were like, no, like we do fucking support you, like I'm sorry if you don't feel that enough, but we'll try and change that in future and shit. So then I done La Discoteca at the start of the year, and that was like the first gig I'd done, like I'd wrote that post.
Aye.
And everyone's like, with our phones and all that, like right at the front, I was like fucking banging, that's what I was talking about, you know what I mean? That's what I fucking needed.
That's what it's part of it. You turn up to a gig to enjoy the music and that kind of stuff. No, I mean, it's like, especially if you've gone to support somebody in particular. But see,
I was always up like with my phone, making sure I was filming cunts, like bringing a whole load of people with me, so that anybody that was on stage, people were up vibing with them. Do you know what I mean?
Aye, because
and it just wasn't the same in return. And I thought to myself, what the fucking boss?
You feel as if you're getting a lot, but
Aye.
nothing's coming back, and it's
Aye,
obviously
that's
it needs to be a two-way street.
All I'm getting is fucking jealous and horrible back. Know what I mean? So I stopped it. So now I'm no fucking filming any cunt, bar the ones like, do you know what I'm saying? Like yourself and stuff like that. That I know get the same fucking hingy back. Do you know what I'm saying?
Because I noticed a few of the gigs we've been on. Know what I mean? It's been that same kind of crowd, that kind of supportive crowd, and that kind of stuff.
Aye.
I'm not really saying that. Unless it's been the bigger kind of like gigs where I've been like busy, where say if I've maybe been hosting or some kind of shit like that, I've not been able to actually focus on what's going on. But the smaller kind of ones, a lot of people are dead supportive, like the ones we've played on and that, man. It's been good promoters and that kind of stuff. So I feel kind of privilege in that, but maybe it's because I've got a podcast and people know they can fucking get a couple of followers at that. But
up your
I don't
arse.
think at all, know what I mean? But I think definitely, I think that's what it needs, a bit of support. It's the same as anything. You go to a boxing match, like your pals in a boxing match, you got to go and support them, and you're not going to sit and fucking pass them enough fighting.
Exactly.
Or playing a football game, you've got to cheer them on.
Exactly.
Why is making music any different?
Aye, and it comes a lot like. See, when someone goes like that, Scottish people can't rap. Scottish doesn't sound good in rap. See, 9 times out of 10, them people are Scottish. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, they're never like for anywhere else. So it's like you're aiming people that are already against you.
That's it.
Do you know what I mean? Just for a fucking accent.
We're
Like,
our own biggest haters.
What?
We are our own biggest haters.
Aye.
And it's a shame. That's with fucking everything, man. It's like as soon as you get beat, it's like, rather than, let's say, if what fucking Scotland gets put out, it's Scottish people that's fucking slaughtering them. Like, that fucking same old Scott. I suppose with the Scotland national team, you've got to a point where you're like, right, we're pish. But it's like, we'll still get in and support them. No matter how often Scotland, the football team, gets pumped, we will still tune in and watch. I've never heard that any cunt that's went like, Scotland are pish, I'm not even going to watch them. Never. No, you still watch it, even if you think we could be playing fucking, know what I mean, Spain, but Italy, one of the best fucking countries in the world, and we'd still watch it. We'd be more like, if Scotland were playing like fucking a big massive like international team, like at Hampden, cunts would be fighting at each other to get tickets, even though there's a high likelihood we'd get pumped. But yeah, when it comes to this kind of thing, it's weird. It's just how different genres. I suppose the fan base is a big thing to do with as well. But
do you think, right, if there was more opportunities that there would be a bigger fan base, like i.e. like you've got like where's your top 40 charts, right? No. Where like, do you know what I mean? Because there's plenty of music coming out of Scotland, so where is like the Scottish top 40 charts? Where is this Scottish fucking radio station that's going to be playing all the Scottish artists? Do you understand what I mean? And I know Sonny G and stuff like that does their bit, but I'm talking about like mainstream, like fucking Clyde Radio 1, like all that kind of shit, you know what I'm saying? We don't have like that. We don't have labels at our fucking doorstep that are going to sign us and put grands into us like fucking English people do. Do you know what I'm saying? There's a big fucking gap here that I think that if we had them opportunities, then there'd be a whole lot bigger fan base.
Oh, definitely.
Because you'd be reaching more people, do you know what I'm saying? Wait?
1,000,000%. There's some other people that fucking probably don't even know Scottish raps, I think, or they probably know, they'll hear Scottish rap and they'll think of one tune they heard 20 years ago or 20 years ago that sounds diabolical, or they'll think of Syllable and Brains, they fucking cunts that kid on, they were American. That's what they'll think of. They'll know think of like weird kind of music or like shit you hear now that sounds banging. You're like, oft man, or like fucking Shogun or something. Even heard this fucking Vulcan, that was the one tune I always seen cunts comment like, I thought this was going to be shite, but it was actually heavy bang. That's the first thing you see when you see like a Scottish cunt rapping a tune like in the rain accent, is most people going like, I thought this was going to be shite, but it was dynamite. It's that preconception that this is going to be pish. But I think it's just right now, it's just, we have to be patient with the process. I think it's just, it needs enough people to be making that noise where they can ignore it anymore. And as I talk about that gig at the Fringe the other day, or the other week, like, it was so apparent, like, it just needs the ears on it. It's not as if it's a small part of society because the rest of society don't want to know. It's the rest of society don't know.
Exactly.
That's it. It's not they don't want to know, they don't know. And it's wants to hear it like, oh wait a minute,
why the fuck have I never heard this before or whatever, right?
Exactly. I think you like Scottish people at a gig, like see if you got like any fucking band or anything comes to Glasgow or anywhere, like, I fucking love Scottish crowds because they're all mental. So imagine Scottish people on a stage bringing that energy.
Exactly. And not just Jerry or fucking Lewis, like, do you know what I'm saying? Like, fucking he's a chance. I know.
Exactly.
Just hope that it goes fucking faster. That's what we need. We need quicker. We need to get somewhere quicker, I think. I
know. That's it. But I think you see, right now, we're not relying on a label to come up and sign some cunt or sign Sunday or that kind of TV to pick it up. We've got the fucking laptops, we get up in with recording equipment. We could literally, that's the beauty of where we are in society today. We've got all the equipment, we've got all the tools we need to actually create our sound, do whatever the fuck we want. We've got enough. Maybe we've not got as many producers. We've got some great producers, and we've got a lot more great videographers are coming out now. I wish there was more channels. Obviously, you've got 1250. You've obviously got Up to Standard. You've got Yona Max. She does the drop and that kind of stuff. And you've got El Mugged. He's starting like days in me channel. Check out.
Shout out El Mugged.
Have you done an El Mugged freestyle?
Sure,
when did you do
it? Was it this year or last year? I can't remember.
Oh right, so it was a while ago.
A couple of months ago, I think it was.
Oh, was it? I done one last week.
It's brilliant, isn't it? He's a
I love the setup. See the way he's done it. He's fucking. I seen a I think it's big 6'3" done his, and I was like, oh, look at that room.
Is it in the studio now? We done it in his house, but
No, it's in his house.
Oh, is it still in his house?
No, but he's painted it all. Have you seen it?
Aye, I've seen it. Aye, it's fucking
He's
crap.
he's fucking what an
It's
artist.
mesmerising, into
Ah,
it.
you could go.
That's so fucked, man.
I'm abstinent, man,
Trippy.
but it's rooms like that. I wish I could just take a pure heroic dose of muscle. I would get tipping at my nut and never leave that room for 6 hours, man. That'd be mad.
It's minted. But I think he got like commissioned last year to go abroad and fucking do this guy's wall, man. It was fucking
I think
banging.
he was his pal, but I think he did get paid for it, but I seen him went and done his wall, but I couldn't say talent to see having the patience to sit and draw the fucking thing. It's like, I would get lost after a while, like, what the fuck am I doing?
Aye,
man, but fair play to him, man. Shout out El Mugged, but obviously he's kind of starting the days we kind of in freestyle kind of wee platform, man. But it'd be good to see more of them, because you look at England, there's fucking all sorts. See, you've had Moxie Media and that up here, but a lot of them have went defunct. They've just kind of stopped. Is it Scotty Media?
There's Moxie Media, which I think they've got Scotty Media as well, which are more newer, I think, than Moxie
I think they've
Media.
chucked it already. Cause I was
I've not seen it in for them quite well.
I don't know if I think they didn't have a videographer or something. I don't know. I don't want to fucking air their dirty laundry. It's not a fucking bad thing. They've got a videographer, for fuck's sake. But man, it'd be good to have more like that. But I think it's like it's heading in the right direction. It's no stalled. If anything, it's only getting fucking stronger and stronger.
Aye.
Right now, and it's gone quite quickly. I've seen we cut like Eugene and all that kind of stuff. The boys for Dundee doing their thing, man. They're making a lot of noise. They've got a lot of support for them in Dundee. And when I done that 1250 gig, man, it was like there was fucking some support. Cunts travelling all the way from Glasgow and that. Right. Cunts came to see me, which I've got. See if any cunt listens to my music and comes to see me, I'm fucking my jaw's in the flare.
Buzzing now.
I like my music, but it doesn't days where see I say that I get a lot more views than I think I give myself credit for.
Right.
I think because I don't see instant views,
right?
So maybe mine's is a more slow burner. I think it's like what cunts tune into it. Then as time goes on, like I actually done better than what I thought. But at first, I think because I expect it to fucking any cunt does. You expect your tune to go out and it's going to blow up, and when it doesn't, you think that was fucking shite. But I'm fucking people are starting to fucking listen, which is a good thing, man. But we've got enough diverse and talent. We've got a diverse talent in Scotland. I'd just be better if cunts worked with each other more, but at the end of the day, man, it's not got to be the be all and end all. We'll still make good tunes, even if cunts don't want to share it.
Aye, because a lot of people, like, I was watching that podcast with McCroy and Sherlock, I think. I remember the channel that they were on.
That D1, that Zones.
Aye, Zones. I was watching them and they were like that about it being a hobby, and I was like, I don't want this to be a hobby. Like, I want this to be my full-time fucking job. Like, I don't want it just to be a fucking weekend job or a... Like, do you know what I'm saying? Like, and I think a lot of people feel the same way. Like, they're hungry for more. Like, they're hungry for, like, a better career in it. A better fucking... Do you know what I mean? Because, like, we want it to be a career. We don't want it just to be a fucking side job. You know what I mean?
Aye. It's a lot of people think it's just... They think... Because right now, unless you're getting gigs where you can get gigs where you can start providing money, I think it's just the way it looks now. It's like, right now, it doesn't seem like a viable career choice. In terms of money-wise, obviously, you could do it yourself, but at the end of the day, everything started off as a hobby.
Exactly.
The English scene started off as a hobby. Fucking American, Nickham's getting paid in America when they started.
I was just surprised to hear them two say that, like McCroy and Sherlock, because they're like two of the fucking best Scottish rappers out. You know what I mean?
think because
feeling like it's a hobby.
McCroy, he's obviously a family man. I think he's more. I don't think music's his number one. I don't think music's his number one. So that's how his family comes first and music as a side, because he's not as active. It's like, not, I mean, when he does release it bangs, but I don't think he's as active because obviously his family comes first and he's got time. So I've noticed that about him. I wish he could be more active, but at the end of the day, you need to be a family.
I was on a lineup with him last year, man. He was fucking shit hot as well at performing. Like, it was actually some buzz.
I'd love to see more of him, man. I definitely would. I think he's starting to get that buzz back because he went away for a few years. Or a wee while, man, but I think he's starting to get that fire again. But at the end of the day, as they say, the family comes first. But I think his mains are getting older than that now, you know what I mean? So I don't think he has to be as hands-on. So I'd like to see more of him. Sherlock, obviously, I think Sherlock's doing his own thing and that kind of stuff. I think he's got a couple of things in the pipeline, but I don't know if I don't want to say too much. He said on my podcast, but I don't know what's been happening. Obviously, he said an EP or an album that was coming out.
Right.
But I don't know, but that was back when they did that, start of the year. Maybe he's got it. He's building up to it. I don't know what he's up to, man. But it'd be good to see more of him, man. But for a lot of people, life gets in the way.
Did you hear the fucking rap at the end of that Zones video?
Brilliant, man.
Fucking mind-blowing, I swear to God, man. I actually listened to it about 30 times.
It's amazing. It was so suited to them, that beat. Dun, 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 that fast rap, man. Fucking, and I love it just the way I fucking... McCroy and Sherlock, they've got a kind of similar style, that kind of fast style, which Sherlock can kind of... What I know Melrose said about you're like the fucking the female Sherlock.
Every cunt says that, I swear to God.
See, when he said it, it was like one of the things I couldn't unsee it.
Right. Every cunt was saying it to me, right? And obviously, I would, like, it was a couple of months ago, and I was just sort of in my wee zone, right? I'd not heard Sherlock. I think he was in the Nick and stuff like that, right? So I'd not heard Sherlock for a while, right? And every cunt kept saying it, and I was getting pure like that. Like, what the actual fuck are you talking about? So I played this song, right? And I'm sitting with a couple of people, and I'm like, and he's like rapping on, and I'm like, holy fuck, I can't unhear that. So now I can't listen to him because I can actually fucking hear myself. Like, I'm
so do you actually? So it's not one of the things like somebody says, somebody like, yeah, fuck. You
no, I heard it. Well, people were saying for months, but I'd no went and listened to any stuff. Do you know what I mean? 'Cause like that, I don't really. Sherlock's not somebody that I listen to. He's no somebody that like. That I came across until after I was a rapper, if you know what I'm saying. I said, I was like me a YB and stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? But Sherlock and Melrose was somebody that once I started rapping, I started watching all the videos and stuff like for their earlier releases sort of thing, and I just never really fucking heard it before, and then now like that I can't even hear it. I'm like, what the fuck?
So what does that? Do you know listen to it and go like, right, I could maybe take ideas for this?
No.
Do you never listen to it? Nah.
Because he talks the way, like, obviously, I don't speak about fucking slashing people and stabbing people.
I suppose it is. It's a different.
So like, I just don't fucking do that. Do you know what I mean? So I never heard it until I heard it, and then I was like, fuck's sake, man.
I suppose you can't unhear it. But I was exactly same. Melrose said that was no danger, but it's a fucking massive compliment. You can just hear just the way you say it.
It's a massive compliment, right? But it's only because I'm a female. You know that, didn't you? Because would they go like that to you? Or you pure sound like a fucking male version of Nicki Minaj? Like, would that be said to you? Why do I need to be a male version of somebody? Why can I not just be Sweet Rope? I'm getting compared to a guy here, you know what I'm saying? I'm like that. Like, why didn't it sound like somebody?
Do you think it's maybe because Sherlock's more established in the scene? He's seen as one of the greats of the scene, so maybe it's like... Not on top of it.
Maybe, but see, sometimes like it's been said that much that I'm like that to myself. Like, would you go to some guy and be like, "You're the pure male version of fucking Nicki Minaj"? Like, it's just something that that nobody would fucking say.
Very unnatural, but maybe
it's still a compliment nonetheless.
The thing the way I took it was because obviously he's like more established. He's like one of no more established. He is like one of the top ones, you would say. Let's see if somebody was to ask you to like rate it and you had to name a couple of people, he'd be like one of the names.
Every cunt's heavy on Mars for a feature with Sherlock. Like,
oh really? Have you spoke to him about it?
No.
Are you any intentions?
Well, like that, it's more the things that he speaks about and stuff like that, so I don't really know if that would go well. Like,
right.
like yourself, like we did a fucking collab, right? And like that, we picked a concept and stuff like that. So like, see when I've came to doing to like writing songs like and with people in mind for a feature like McCroy and Sherlock and stuff like that, concepts and stuff like that are hanging to me. Do you know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, what would we rap about? What would the concept be? Do you know what I'm saying?
Because I suppose he has got his certain style. You know what I mean? It's you get a lot of them like fucking the Sherlock and that kind of the day. It's like. It's like a certain theme they go for.
Aye. Maybe if we were in a room, maybe like that creating something, it'd be different. Do you know what I'm saying? But right now, there's just a wee bit of a barrier where I'm like, what would that be as a feature? Do you know?
You can talk about relationships.
Well, aye.
Saying that's a conversation for him because it's maybe that might. I don't know if it's some people. Me personally, I use like music as therapy, and expression of the soul. I'll say shit in my music that I wouldn't say to somebody in person.
100%.
Not I'm talking about rather than see, no, I mean that's how I bear my pain and all that shit.
You miss your wetting.
Aye, exactly. So that's like for somebody like me, I'd be more than happy to just talk about some fuck up that I'd done with some bird so many years ago on a tune, rather than talk to somebody face to face with it. I don't know, turn it into art. Some people are the opposite.
Aye, of course.
Some people can't.
Aye.
And so I understand. I'm not saying Sherlock does this, but I think some people talk about a lot of the violence and that kind of stuff as a kind of shield.
Of course, aye.
It's like kind of putting up this front. I'm not saying Sherlock or any cunt that established does it, but I'm saying there's definitely cunts that do it.
Aye, 100%.
Not on top of it, man. But it's It's food for thought, man. Should definitely have the conversation. Somebody said I should do a tune with him and I messaged him, but he's fucking murder for a reply.
Is he? Aye.
I've got a cheek to say that to him, but aye, he's murder. I've got 6,000 followers. I deserve a reply. I'm just kidding on, by the way. But so obviously, when the album gets released, you're saying November. What's the plan after that? Obviously, you're about to level up, as you say. What you going to do after the album comes out?
Well, like what Melrose was saying, like this album, like see my album launch party, like I've got nobody behind me. I'm doing that all myself. Do you know what I'm saying? Like nobody has fucking came and gave me any help or told me what to do, So my next plan is just gigs, just set up my own gigs.
So you just got to start doing yourself.
I know I've had a lot more gigs than other people, and I should be grateful for that. Like I've done more gigs than other people with bigger names this year. Do you know what I'm saying? But like it's just I'm just hungry for more. Do you know what I'm saying? And nobody's giving me them as fast as what I want them to be. Do you get what I mean? So I'm like, fuck it, I'm just going to go in there, I'm going to create my own. You know yourself, we've got enough fucking boys to create our own. We don't need promoters and shit. Like, if they want to start acting funny on who they're hitting up for things and who they don't want on festival stages and fuck knows what, you know what I mean? Then I'll just do it myself.
Nah, it's up to them. Eventually they'll run out of cunts to ask, man, because every cunt will start doing their own thing.
Well, you got some promoters that are like, oh, we've used you this year, we're not going to use you again. And then you see like the same act 3 times after that and you think, so why the fuck did you say that to me then?
It's just, they've not got the balls to say fuck all. I hate cunts like that, man. You're just like, whip me.
It's
so transparent, it's fucking insane. You wind yourself up with it so bad, but at the end of the day, it's not like you wind yourself up as if you're doing something wrong, as if you're doing something right. Just dicks being dicks. You think it's like, because it's such a small sector, a small scene, you think cunts would be more wanting to push people, but it's the opposite.
It is, it's fucking weird, man. It's absolutely
weird. You expect this kind of thing for if it was like something massive, know what I mean? But it's no.
It's weird. They're just picking and choosing, you know what I mean, who they want to fucking...
Nah, no, and it's easy to kind of cunts that fucking keep it in the daft cages, but fuck it, they're few and far between. You do get a lot of good cunts, know what I mean? It's just
you do.
Finding the good cunts and working with them.
Shout out all the good cunts.
Shout out all the good cunts, you bunch of cunchies. But I think definitely putting on the in gigs is the way to go, because it's possibly, well, you can see that as a source of income.
Of course.
And there's ways to doing it, man, know what I mean? So I'm looking into fucking doing a wee gig as well, but I'm thinking about doing like a band kind of thing, because I've got a band together, but I'm going to do my rap tunes behind up with a band behind it.
Right, just maybe
something so spicy. Aye, something fucking different, man. I always wanted a band behind me, so now I've ended up getting one, just like by accident, cunts messaging me, then I've got a pal on board. I've got a band together, right, and we're rehearsing.
Right.
Then they want to do my rap tunes, so I'm like, oh, right.
Brilliant.
And gives it something like, as opposed to, it's good doing it behind a beat, but see doing it with with live music, man, it brings a different type of energy. So
it does.
So I'm looking forward to getting that out, but I'll keep you posted on that. So I was going to ask this, see, also right now you're focused, getting your album out, then the next step is put on gigs and that kind of thing, folks in the music, try to make a career at it. Do you ever see it in life after rap, not even life after rap, like maybe moving into like maybe acting or some kind of thing, and like that interested you, like maybe doing in extracurricular?
I mean, I wouldn't knock back any acting stuff, but it's definitely something that I hadn't thought of. I think I don't know, I think like in the rapping thing I'm like here and there's so much more to go.
Right, like she feels only just started.
I've only just started, so I feel like once I get to maybe near where I want to be, then maybe I can start thinking about other things, do you know what I mean? But certainly if some acting fucking job came or whatever, or I would definitely do it, you know what I mean? I'm gonna knock something like that back, but get my in River City.
Oh really? Aye.
I'd be fucking minted. But what about you doing like acting things?
I'm acting in a mini-series, man. I was filming it the weekend there.
Oh, brilliant.
I fell into that by pure accident. The guy Gary Fraser, the director, shout out Gary, he got in touch. He actually got in touch with me originally, fucking a year ago, to he'd seen some of my videos and he wanted to introduce like a comedy element to a thing he was filming.
Right.
And it wanted me it was basically wee adverts, but touching on real life issues. And I was like, he's like, I came through to the workshop in Edinburgh, so I went through, and I was going through weekly and that, and I just says to him, mate, if there's any parts in this, give us a shout. And he ended up giving me a part.
Brilliant.
The Gary's quite open-minded. He's one of the ones, he'll write like a script as a guide, so he'll not expect you to read it if it doesn't seem natural.
Right.
So you can kind of say it in your own way. But he's also like that, right, we improvise the scene, so we'll do the scene, but we'll improvise it, so see if you think something sounds good, add it in.
Right.
So I've fucking given myself a shitload of dialogue. I've wrote scenes and all up myself, and shout out Gary for being like so open-minded as he is, man, because it's allowed me to kind of give my character life, but it also has brought a different kind of element to it, because it's quite a serious tone. I'm not want to give too much away for it, but I've been able to bring a kind of comedy element to it, see like a kind of Snatch vibe to it,
right?
See that kind of funny series. So I'm enjoying it, man. It's good getting acting just as flowing. I loved acting. I loved I was in Prime and I used to fucking do like the school nativity plays and all that shit. I was one of the 3 wise men and all that shit. But I went into secondary and obviously you get to that age, you know what I mean? You start caring what people think about you. So drama, I just couldn't. I wasn't. I enjoyed drama, but I just didn't like doing it in front of cunts. I was always caring. I used to care what cunts thought about me, believe it or not. But now I'm just like, I've just found my way back in it. Not just stemmed off the back of me uploading a video singing about getting on a fucking bender. It's brilliant how life works.
Was that fucking remix thing that you did?
Aye, but when the very first video I ever posted that got me into like posting videos,
right?
Everything I'm doing now kind of stemmed off the back of that,
right?
So it's just the smallest steps cover the greatest distance. So I'm glad to where it's got me now. But I'm liking this project. It's fun and it's getting me used to settled into like where I can actually act. I'm not saying I'm a fucking not Tom Cruise effort, but I can do it. I can do it. No, I mean, I'm comfortable doing it and I enjoy doing it. So hopefully it'll open up more opportunities in the future.
I'm sure it will.
And plus as well, I've just adding that to my CV. Podcaster, singer, songwriter, rapper, actor. It was that one addition that just made me go, I'm a
man with 50 talents.
I'm an artist, 50 talents. That's 50 talents now. Any kind of ass fucking 50 talents. And do I care about being big-headed? Fuck. So what's your plans for the future then? When do you see yourself 12 months from now?
I will get, as soon as this album drops, I'll get back to writing. Back to writing. But I think the past 2 years, like when I first started writing, I was just releasing singles. And then Donna was like that to me, like, let's get a fucking EP together. I didn't even know what an EP meant, right? At this time, I was like, what the fuck's that? I was like, what the fuck is that? And she was like, it's like a fucking 4-track album or a 6-track album, basically. It's like your first thing. And I was like, right, cool. And so I ended up doing a fucking album with her, but then it didn't come into fruition. So it's like fucking.
What happened to it?
Ask her.
Oh, but is she still got it?
She's still got it, aye.
When was this?
This was 2020. And I'd done the album, blah blah blah, and she was like, "Come on this podcast with, I think it was like Empress and India Rose, and you can talk about it and stuff, right?" And I just got this weird feeling. I was like, just didn't want to go in there and talk about something that I didn't feel like was concrete, if you know what I mean.
Right.
Like the album. Mm-hmm. And then, so I didn't go on the podcast. I didn't do it. I was like, I just got a bad feeling. And then a couple of months later, she's got me into the studio and stuff like that and laid it all down. And it was meant to be done within like 2 weeks or something. And then a month passed and I'm like, what's happening, blah, blah, blah. And she's like, something about fucking the guy's family and all that. And I'm like, fuck this shit, man. So I just fucking conjured up Road Trip after basically just that, basically, like somebody letting me down and just fucking done.
Oh, but so did you write Road Trip off the back of that experience?
Off the back of that experience, aye.
Right, so any of the tunes that you recorded with that first EP, did you ever get a name?
No, there was never a name to it. That's what I mean. Like, it was just fucking
the nameless EP.
The nameless EP that they do here. Aye.
It's so mistakes. Would you release it if it was?
No, it was shite. Absolute garbage.
So that's one of the things you just. Aye. How do you think that benefited you though? Like actually doing that, so like, for that experience and no releasing it.
She was like sending me beats back and forth, and I'm listening to them, and I'm like, like these are only my type of beats. Like these one of my styles. These one they just. So anyway, people around about me were like, just don't worry about it. Just fucking do what you can. Basically, just get out what you can, write what you can. So I did write to all the beats, but they were fucking shite. I felt like I took a step down, if you know what I mean.
Right.
If that makes sense. Mm-hmm. But like that, I done it anyway. It was just wasn't the right vibe. But doing that and her doing that to me basically made me more hungry for it. Do you know what I'm saying? Like I could have just been like, oh fuck it, this EP's not coming out and I'm just going to leave it and no make an album. But it didn't. It made me fucking make this brand new fucking album that, like that made me level up even more. So
of course,
I thank her for it. Do you know what I'm saying?
It's grateful for the experience because it's definitely because you went through all the fucking hard bit of making an album, but you've never had the pleasure of actually releasing it to people. But as you say, it was something that wasn't suited to your style and that kind of thing. But that's gives you the hunger. Like, wait a minute, I've fucking recorded an album. I want to give people an album.
I can do this shit on my own. That's
so. Did you see Road Trip? Was that all self-recorded?
Aye, so that's like, I swear to God, like that's just on a wee tiny USB fucking mic, right? And Shadow mixed and mastered it.
Well, did he, aye?
Aye, he mixed and mastered it. Because round about the same time that happened, he was messaging me like, you need like better quality audio, like you're pure shit hot, but it just needs to be better. Like, more people like it if it's better. Because I was just doing it all on my own, you know what I mean? Like mixing and recording and shit like that. And didn't have a clue what I was doing. Mm-hmm. So I sent him everything. He mixed and mastered everything, and that was the making of it.
Oh, nice.
I regret it, but
you regret it?
Aye.
How?
Because he started demanding like that he be fucking like credited at any point in time that the tunes were played.
What do you mean, like if you've gone on the stage, like this tune get mixed and mastered?
Aye, or any platform that plays it or uploads it, like he was demanding that he had been credited, and I'm like, myself, what? Like loads of people are in studios getting fucking mix and masters all the time. Like we've done it, right? Like, could you imagine Lauren being like, demand fucking credit, like, and then try to threaten me, like, and stuff like that?
Was
like,
he trying to threaten you?
Try to threaten me, like, try to threaten me, try to threaten you and a Max, saying that if we don't get it done, he's going to steal, like, all the content off our page and all that shit. I'm like, you actually need to stay off the drugs, mate. Like,
fucking suffers with wee Willy syndrome. Man. I remember he commented, and I didn't even know who the cunt was, and I was on a live and just popped up out of nowhere trying to get wide. I was like, I started slaughtering him, man.
He's a
calling him Shadow the Staddle sniffer and all that, man. I was like, who is this cunt?
No, he's...
I'm there then. I've actually seen some of his rap tunes. He can rap, but he's got hundreds of thousands of views on it, and not one cunt. Rap. But see, the thing is that no cunt talks about him, or like one or two cunts. I don't know why, because he's a banger. Aye. It just shows you could have all the ability in the world, but if you're a tadger, and no cunt likes you.
Aye, that's it, mate.
But
everybody warned me of him, but I'm the type of person, I don't care if you do him or her wrong. You need to do me wrong, because I'm not going to jump on the fucking bandwagon. Do you understand what I mean? You need to do me wrong before I'll no fucking hang you anymore. Do you know what I'm saying? Before I just drop you and never look at you again, because that's what will happen. So I'm not really one for jumping on other people's bandwagons. And when I came into the rap, all this beef between Shadow and all the rest of them had all started years way before me. Do you know what I'm saying? So I didn't really know that he had a bad name to his name. He was just somebody that reached out to me and was like, I can help you here, do you know what I mean?
No, obviously you take
and then once obviously I was in too deep, I realised this cunt was actually fucking the most hated in Scotland, and
there was reason behind that.
And that he was an actual fucking arsehole, you know what I mean?
Aye, fucking hell, man. He's fucking... Shit just goes to cunt seeds too much. Often it helped then fucking starting to throw the demands out. But at least you got your album with it. At least you got it done. Man, the album does sound decent.
It does. But like that with this album, I'm like pure protective. Like nobody's mixed and mastering it. Nobody's recorded it. Like I've done it all myself.
Have you? Aye,
I've done it all myself.
Where did you learn to mix and master? Did you just fucking self-taught?
I just self-taught. Just YouTube? Listening. No,
just
listening to other people's fucking tracks. Like
right.
So. Just picking up on things like that you can do obviously yourself. Do you know what I mean? I've just picked up on a lot, like in being in Jad Studio, being in Nova Sounds, being like there, like I've just picked up on a hell of a lot.
Aye, that's the thing is that obviously I record all mine and stuff, but I'm wanting to try and produce mine shit as well, because that's the good thing about going to other studios. It's like it's good to go maybe once or twice just to pick up, right, what are they doing?
Aye.
Definitely pick up on the wee tips and that, the wee tricks and the wee things that they do. There's a couple of things, see with ad-libs and all that shit.
Yep.
Well, obviously doing them fucking out each year. No, I didn't think I had doing that before, and I'm like,
right.
When you listen back, I've listened to tunes that I've produced myself, recorded myself, and I've no done that, and I'm like,
you should have done that.
Fucking prick. But that's what it's all about. It's the learning process, know what I mean? You're not going to fucking hit a home run the first time you do it. You need to learn to get better.
That's it. Especially when you're self-teaching yourself. I know, you've not got somebody there to fucking direct you, innit?
But that's the thing as well. Fucking YouTube it.
Well, see, YouTube videos, I can't fucking sit and watch YouTube videos.
Sometimes I'm like, mate, what? You're like 5 minutes in the video and the cunt's not even started telling you like that, mate. I think, I don't know if they must have a certain point, and they must have a certain amount of minutes they need to have in a video. I don't know.
And then they stop and talk about their fucking sponsors and shit.
And then it's like, mate, what? And you skip through it, and then you skip through the start. You fucking skip by you fucking prick. You should make a tutorial video on how to watch a tutorial video. There's a bit of content. Have that for free. You fucking pain in the arse, you man.
It's fucking brutal, man.
Oh, I know, man. But I think that's coming to the end for me, man. If you get anything else you want to promote or that, any gigs coming up, when's your album launch party?
Album launch party is the 15th of November. You can get tickets on Skiddo, which is all our anima.
I'll attach the link to the bottom there.
Platforms.
Because we're not going to sit and hit out with fucking HTTP fucking semicolon / fucking links and all that, man. We're no AI yet.
But the Girl on Fire, November. Bring a bit of fucking warmth into the winter.
Bring a bit of heat, man, especially with the fucking bills going up, man. Fuck's saying these Liz Truss,
Just stick my tunes on, that'll heat your house up.
That'll heat the place up, man. But I'm glad you came on, man. I really look forward to seeing what you've got produced and coming out. I loved your last album, and I love seeing you perform live, man. Your tunes are fucking bang. You bring a great energy, and it's good seeing a female get respect in this kind of scene, because there's no that many is, and it's like these days some of them they get overlooked. It's a shame. A shame so you could be pushed more, because if there was to be seen to be more females doing it, because every fucking boy and every second teenager I'm talking to now, man, they're all fucking into rap. They're all following a certain cunt. Don't meet many lasses that are into the rap side.
No,
and it's a shame. It'd be good to see more female talent, because you've fucking...
I want some competition. You need to bring some competition.
You need to mentor a few people, man. You never think about doing that, ever maybe like teaching like young lasses how to rap or something, maybe going to like mentoring classes or some shit.
I don't know, no, I've never really thought of that.
Would you do something like that?
I mean, I would if there was a fucking
if there was an avenue, but you definitely, like, what the people, I don't know, it's like maybe Sonny G could fucking speak to Stead G.
Do something,
you're fucking full of ideas, fuck says, no just content. I need to add another title into my fucking already long name, man. But I am definitely looking forward to seeing your album release, and looking forward to seeing your next gig, and obviously album launch party. I'll be there as well, performing, doing a wee set. So if you're not coming, then what the fuck are you doing? You're gone. But anyway, it's a pleasure having you.
No worries, thanks for having me, man.
Like, subscribe, and don't get wet. Catches.